just wanting to get caught up a little bit on some of my email and questions. Robbie Von Lintel says, we are so sorry to miss you guys. Going on a long vacation sound like a lot more fun. I hope the appointments work out so that you can go. You have to be talking about the motorhome trip. Oh, we're not going to go anywhere till at least May. It's too many doctor appointments are in the way. Look at my lighting a little bit. The lighting don't look very good. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. Too many doctor appointments in the way, too much stuff to get done. I mean, so it'll be at least May. I don't even know if it'll be the 1st of May or middle of May or whenever to even go anywhere and do anything. So don't worry about that. If you're coming down or whatever for a lifestyle visit, it doesn't really say on here. It's a Patreon message. I'm sorry, you're on the Patreon page. Okay. Anyway, you'll probably watch this too anyhow. Email me, whatever, if I'm around. You want to do a meet and greet? We're here. Especially for my Patreon members. Let me see. Another one, Linda Hobbs, another Patreon member. Thanks for sharing. Beautiful area, nice lifestyle, variety of villages. Yes, convenience center, rehab center to hip surgery knee replacements. Yes, you're right about that, about the rehab center. I won't say too much because that video hasn't been on YouTube yet, but I'm glad you liked it. Matter of fact, I'm glad. I don't know who the Patreon guy was that requested me to do that video, because truthfully, I don't very seldom ever get up there. But I had to go up there to the RV dealership, and it was along the way, so I just thought, well, let's stop by, and to show you how goofy I was that day, I didn't even take my good camera. I just used my cell phone. So, but they came out pretty decent, I thought. So anyway, I'm glad you liked it. Lee Lewis says, I am planning on moving to the villages within the next 6 months. I have been to visit many retirement communities and have chosen the villages because I like the structure of the pools. Neighborhood pools, adults only, sports pools, adults only, and family pools. Well, me and you both. I like that too. During my recent visit to Marsh Bend in February, I saw something new that I had never seen before, and I know already what you're going to say. I know. The mailbox center pools are typically adults only pools. However, that is not the case for Cattail and River Bend, which are both adult pools. I wrote Talking to Villages to see if anyone thought the developer was making a change in their philosophy regarding the structure of the pool setup. Talking to Villages shut down my question without giving me a chance to respond to some of the responses I received. Powers that be. That's all I got to say. The powers that be. Rather than address my question about why there is a mailbox center with family pools in Marsh Bend and not the typical adult pool, I received response questioning why I don't like children. I know some of these people on Talking to Villages and other places, I think it's the anonymity. They don't have to put their name on there. At least I'm out there. You know my name. You got my email addresses. I'm out there. You don't have to agree with everything I say. But I don't hide behind a false name or a funny name or some made up goofy name. And they do on those websites, and some of their comments are just downright rude and mean. Just rude and mean. Because I know that same person that puts that comment on there, if you was talking to them face to face, they wouldn't say that. So I get what you're saying. I don't know how to play golf, but may decide to learn. I use the pool regularly to help with some spinal rehabilitation issues, so I like to live near an adult pool, as do I. If there are a lot of children in the pool during the break time, they can be jumping and running and blah, 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 and it's difficult to do pool routines for my spine. It is not that I don't like children. You know, you don't have to explain yourself. You really don't. Why people think somehow you got to explain your likes and dislikes is goofy. I mean, there's nothing illegal about saying I don't like children. You don't have to like children. I don't have to explain myself to say that. I'm not saying I don't like children. Don't misunderstand me. I have kids. I have grandkids. I have great grandkids. But I understand what he's saying because my grandfather went through this. He's wanting to go someplace that's quiet, kids ain't running around, and he's got medical issues, and being in a quiet, relaxing pool without kids is nice. It just is. And you don't have to explain why you like it, because that's why those pools are the way they are. If there are a lot of children in the pool during break time, jumping around, it's difficult for me to do my spinal exercises, blah, blah, blah. It is not that I don't, I just want to place it near my home where I can do my pool regimen without kids. On my most recent visit to villages, I found it unusual that they have multiple family pools, but no adult-only pool in Marsh Bend. I didn't know that. You know something I don't know. I did ask the salesman, and he said the developer is trying out some new ideas in Southern Oaks. I've said this before. People are always saying, what's the rule about this and what's the rule about that, or can I do this over here and is it illegal to do that over there? And I always say, these rules change all the time in different districts. If you're wanting to buy a pre-owned home or even a new one, it makes no difference. If you're wanting to buy a pre-owned home, there's 12 districts now of pre-owned home. Each district has district rules. And if there's anything that's super, super important to you, I always tell them, get the deed restrictions out for that district and check them. They're available. They're free. They're online. I've gave that email address many times and how to go there and find the district and read the rules and see what's in there. I don't know what they are down in District 12. That's the Finney area, District 12. I did not know that Marsh Bend did not have any adult pools. That may or may not be true. I don't know because they're still building there. I don't know that that's not the case. If you're saying it's the case, I'm taking your word for it, that that's not the case. I do know that they have changed things down there, and I've said it 100 times. The developer changes things all the time. Rules, how houses are built, sizes of lots, the length of a driveway, all these things are subject to change. It just is. Here, the mailboxes, you're correct. That's the adult-only pool. Manatee, which is our neighborhood recreation center, all neighborhood recreation centers, that's where the family pool is at. And then, of course, the regional rec centers is where the sports pools are at. Down there, I know that their regional rec center, which is right there in Finney, that's a family pool. When I first seen that, I noticed a change right away because that's not the way it is here. So I knew that was changed. I did go over to, I think it's Spanish Moss Way Road. As you come into past the Finney Regional Rec Center, I think it's the first road on the left, Spanish Moss Way, I think. And I went over there and I saw a pool. I seen the mailboxes, but I didn't see a pool there, but across the street was a pool. So I was doing video right there and I walked over to the pool and yeah, it took me back a little bit. I thought, oh my gosh, this is a sports pool over here. So yeah, there is a difference down there in the pools. I don't know what all the differences are. I haven't really gotten into it. But I did say that if swimming pools and things like that were important to you, when you had your village or realtor down there, which you have to use a village realtor to buy a new house, ask them those questions. They should have the proper answer for you. I don't have all them answers, but I do know that you're correct. The difference in the pools down there compared to, say, further north up here where we're at, it's different. And if a pool is important to you to be close to an adult pool, and if Marsh Bend doesn't have an adult pool, then my only answer to you is don't buy there. I mean, it sounds like it's an important thing to you. Sports pools might be able to suffice what you want to do. You have to find a schedule for those sports pools, so that could be a problem. But if they don't have a pool for you, then buy a pre-owned somewhere. There's nothing wrong with these pre-owned houses here at all. And I've always said there's a lot of advantages to buying a pre-owned home as to buying a brand new one. I bought a new one. You want to know the truth? I wish I'd have rented something for a month or two and not have bought as quick as I did. I just freaked out. But I've told this story 100 times, so you know the story. But my first house here was a pre-owned home. We never had a problem. So I wouldn't hesitate with buying a nice pre-owned home in a neighborhood close to what it is you need to be close to. And I've said that 100 times. Know what it is you want to do, and that narrows your search down a lot for the type of home and where it's going to be located. And so if you need to be close to an adult pool, then that's where you need to be. And if they don't have one down there for you, then you need to be up here. It's just that simple, and that's what I would do. Okay, let me go past that question. I hope I helped you with that the best I could. What's this question here? What the heck was that? Oh. This is from Pat Crowan. It says, Skip, I don't know if you answer this email or not, but with all of your knowledge about the villages, well, thanks, but my knowledge is not as much as you think it is. I just lived here a while and I just know answers to a lot of stuff. But I don't know everything at all. It says, I'm a widow, lived in Evansville, Indiana for 40 years. Yeah, home of RC Cola. A lot of people don't know that. I've been to Evansville many, many, many times. It says, are there other widows living in the villages? This is an area of old people. And I'm just going to be real blunt about it. People die all the time. This area is full of widows and widowers. They probably got a club for it. They got a club for everything here. So yeah, there's a lot of widows and a lot of widowers here. Are there any bad areas in the villages? High crime area? I don't think there's any high crime areas. I don't know what when you say bad area, I don't know what you mean by that. If I had to pick a bad area, I really hesitate naming a community, because if there's any of them there that live there that's been there for 20 years and they're watching this video, they're going to be all over me like stink on you know what. So I'm not going to say, but I will say there is an area that's full of very, very old homes, probably 25 to 30-year-old homes that are being bought one at a time. Not all of them, but the ones that they can buy. The village developer is buying those homes one at a time, tearing them out, and then building brand new homes on those lots and selling them. The lots are good size. They're bigger than they are in a lot of areas of the villages. It's in a good area. It's just that the homes are getting at the age where they're getting decrepit. The people that owned them have passed on, and maybe grandchildren, or I don't know who took over the home, but they're just not keeping them up. They're showing, the neighborhood is showing its wear and tear, and so they're trying to spruce it up. I wouldn't buy in that area. That's just me. I wouldn't do it. But anywhere else, I'd say go for it. I don't know of any bad area. I mean, every house here is $250,000, $300,000 or so and up. So a bad area? I don't think so. Can't imagine there would be. Are mosquitoes bad around marsh areas for houses that back up to it? You know, I don't have a house backed up to a marsh area, and I got friends back here that do. They're on Evans Prairie. It's a swamp. And they've really never said anything to me about being overwhelmed with mosquitoes or anything back there. They got a lanai. They sit out there all the time. I'm just going to take a guess and say, yeah, if you're close to the water, you're probably going to be bothered by insects more than others. Mosquitoes, you know, there's mosquitoes around. I'm sure there are. I personally don't get bothered with them. I've been here 5 years and I go outside all the time. I don't get bothered with them. I never did though, very much. Now my wife says they seek her out. And since we've been down here, I think she has told me she's been bitten by a couple of mosquitoes a couple of times. But that's all. But the marsh areas, my best guess would be, yeah, they probably have a few more bugs here and there than we do. But that's just a pure guess, because they do spray. They come through here on a regular basis. I don't know how often, once a month, I don't really know. And during the mosquito season, maybe they do it twice a month. I don't know that either. I have caught them out here once. I was up about 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I heard this funny noise and I looked out the window and I saw the truck drive by with a fogger on the back of it. So I do know that they do spray once in a while, or fog, whatever you want to call it. How often they do it, I don't know, but I can only tell you, since we've been here, mosquitoes has been like a zero problem with me. A small, minute, nothing problem for the wife. And I haven't heard really any of my neighbors ever complain about mosquitoes. So I'm going to say that mosquitoes is a very small issue, even though there's been a recent death in Finney from the West Nile virus that's reportedly, I guess, spread by mosquito bites. His wife seems to think that he got bit by a mosquito in the Finney area. I don't know if she could ever prove that, because if they traveled at any time, people here do travel a lot. You get on cruise ships, they just travel a lot. He could have got a mosquito bite down the road maybe somewhere. I don't know that. It's just a damn shame, you know. But yeah, you probably read that report, and I don't know if they're investigating it or not, but yeah, there was a death in Finney from a mosquito bite. So there you go. I think that's all the questions I'll do today. There's 2 of them. These videos are getting way too long, and I think I'm boring some people to death. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna tell you, see you all on the other side.